Oh, hello, Primary 4. Let's continue Concept 1, Devices and Energy, and now let's move to Lesson 2. Okay, in this lesson, we are going to discuss some devices and how these devices get energy, or what is the input energy, or the consumed or the used energy in this device, and what is the energy that comes out or produced from this device. Okay. So we are going to talk about the transformation of energy or changing the energy from form to another form by using different devices. Okay, now let's start with the hair dryer. Okay, we know what is the hair dryer. We can find it in our home. Okay, the function of this device is to drying our hair. Okay, and what is the consumed or the input energy? What is the used energy? For this device to work, it needs to get electric energy. So it changes the electrical energy into excellent thermal and sound energy. So when we use the hair dryer, it produces thermal energy or heat energy, okay, that we can feel, and it produces sound energy that we can hear, and also kinetic energy because it moves the air around that. Number 2, let's move to the second device, which is the soap dispenser. Okay, the function of the soap dispenser is getting the soap upward, and the consumed or the used energy is the potential energy stored inside the spring. So when we compress the spring of the soap dispenser, it stores potential energy. When we move our hand, the spring expands and moves, so that's converting the potential energy into kinetic energy. Okay, so when we store the energy inside the spring, it's the consumed or the used energy. When we move our hand, the soap comes out from the dispenser, and the spring moves upward, and the soap also moves upward, so it's a kinetic energy. Okay, then we are going to talk about the washing machine that we know in our home. The function of this device is washing the clothes. And the consumed or the used energy, we know that all our washing machines in our home, they use the electric energy or the electrical energy, and they produce kinetic energy during the moving of the clothes inside it, and the sound energy sometimes. And sometimes when we put our hand on the washing machine, we can find the thermal energy or heat energy that also produced. Okay, after that, the electric bulb or the lamp, this lamp, electric lamp, okay, the function is lighting or giving us light. The consumed or the used energy is the electrical energy, and the produced energy is light and thermal energy. So if we put our hand on a lightning lamp, we will feel the thermal energy or the heat comes from it. After that, the battery powered clock. If I have a clock that is operated by a battery, so it can show us the time. Okay, so what is the source of energy? If I'm talking how this clock gets its needed energy, it gets the energy from the battery. So what is the type of energy inside the battery? What is the used energy? So it will be chemical energy. Excellent. And after that, the chemical energy changes into kinetic energy when the clock moves, or when the handles of the clock moves to show us the time. After that, the flashlight that we use when we are outside, okay, it's used also to lighting. It uses the source of energy in the flashlight is the battery. So the consumed or the used energy or the input energy, this means the energy that enters the device. It's chemical energy come from the battery, and the energy that comes out or the output energy or the produced energy from the flashlight is light and thermal energy, like the lamp or the electric bulb. After that, the handbell that we can see in the cartoon. This handbell is used in alerting or making a sound. Okay, the consumed or the input energy when we move our hand or move this handbell, so the consumed or the used energy is kinetic energy. Very good. And the output or the produced energy is excellent. The sound that we hear, it's a sound energy. The last one is the electric heater. The electric heater that we use in our homes when it's so cold. So the function of the electric heater is warming. So the consumed or the input energy is electrical energy. It uses the electricity, or it needs electricity to be operated, and the produced or the coming out energy or the output energy is thermal energy. Very good. Okay, after that, let's move to another point, which is called the energy chain. What is the meaning of energy chain? When we do something, the energy transforms or it changes from form to another form. This change in energy from form to another form can be called the energy chain. Okay, so if I'm talking about the energy chain, when we heat a pot of water over a fire, firstly I have the light energy that comes from the sun. This light energy is stored inside the plants or the trees in the form of chemical energy. Very good. When I take the wood that comes from the tree, cut it down, then start to burn it, so the chemical energy inside the wood will change into thermal energy. Very good. This thermal energy can heat the pot of water by making a fire. So firstly, if I'm talking about the energy chain, firstly I have to start with the light energy that comes from the sun. After that, have this energy change from form to another form. Let's get another example, the energy chain in the hair dryer. Firstly, I said we have to start with the light energy comes from the sun. After that, it changes into chemical energy stored inside the trees or inside the coal that comes from the dead trees. Okay, the coal that we use in burning. Okay, after that, the coal or the chemical energy inside the coal is converted into thermal and kinetic energy in the electric power stations, because we use this coal to operate the devices in the electric power station and produce electricity. Okay, so we burn this coal, this produces thermal and kinetic energy in the electric power station or in the devices. After that, in the electric power stations, the thermal energy changes into electricity or electrical energy that moves or goes through the electric wires. After that, the electricity reaches our homes when we put the plug inside the electric source or the source of electricity. The hair dryer will be operated, producing thermal, sound, and kinetic energy. So in the energy in this large energy or long energy chain, we started from the light that comes from the sun, and after many times of changing the energy, we get the energy that comes out from the device. Okay, that's all for this lesson. Let's move to the questions. And here, let's start with the complete. Number one, the energies that are produced from washing machine are the energy that are produced from the washing machine. Excellent. Kinetic energy while moving and the sound energy. Number two, the main source of energy on earth is, we said we have to start any energy chain with, very good, with the sunlight. Okay, or the light energy that comes from the sun, or the solar energy. All of these answers are correct. Number three, the energy that is used to operate the electric heater is to operate. So it's the input energy or the used energy. The used energy in the electric heater is the electrical energy. Very good. Number four, in the energy chain, some of the energy is lost as the form of, if we lost some energy during changing from form to another form, so it would be in the form of heat energy. Like while we use the electric heater or the hair dryer, and we put or the washing machine, when we put our hand on any device, we feel it so warm and it produces thermal energy. It's wasted energy or lost energy that we cannot benefit from. Number five, the electric lamp converts the electric energy into, very good, light energy and thermal or heat energy. The last one, when you rub your hands together or move your hands like this, the what energy is converted into what? I said you are rubbing your hands or moving your hands very quickly. Moving, so it's kinetic energy, is converted into, after rubbing your hands, you feel it so warm, so the kinetic energy changes into heat energy. That's all for this lesson, and thank you for listening.